So you want to be more productive, you want to get more things done. Productivity is a topic that's very close to my heart because I spend a lot of time training leaders and organizations on how to be more productive. When most people think about productivity, they think about time management. They think about note-taking or all these effectiveness tools, how to manage time, how to manage priorities, all those things. But there's one thing that almost nobody talks about, and that's critical to improving your productivity. What is it? Breathing. You probably be wondering, what breathing? What's that got to do with productivity? Don't I breathe every day? And that's the topic we're going to explore. I'm going to show you how breathing is a secret that can exponentially increase your productivity in 2021. All right, guys, let me show you a case for breathing and productivity, connected to productivity. So let's use an analogy. When you run, do you think you'll be breathing fast or slow? Fast, right? What happens when you're walking? Breathing normal. What happens when you sleep? You're going to be breathing slowly, right? Yes, that makes sense. So we can see breathing is connected to what you're physically doing or your physiology. But breathing also controls what you can physically do. Think of a sprinter. How fast will they be breathing? If they breathe slow while sprinting, how fast will they run? Not very fast. So they need to take fast breath. What happens if you're a marathon runner? If you're a marathon runner, you probably want to pace out your breathing. You wouldn't breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and gas yourself out early, yeah? And you wouldn't want to go too fast. So you can see how breathing is intimately connected to what you physically is doing and what you require the body to do. In fact, you can say breathing controls your physiology. Right, so you can see the connection. And this is why elite athletes will engage breathing coaches. And the coaches help them to learn to use the right type of breath for what they want to do. Whether they're a marathon runner, or whether they're a sprinter, or opera singer. Opera singer needs to push air out. They need to hit a higher note. There's a particular way of breathing to help them do that. They get trained on how to do that. So breathing impacts the body, and body impacts the mind. Let me give you an example. What happens if you're jet lagged or you're sleep deprived for days? Do you think mentally you'll be a generous, kind, loving person, or will you be snappy, maybe impatient or frustrated? Easily frustrated, give people the middle finger when they cut you off in traffic. Probably the latter, right? You'll probably not be the kindest, the most patient, and be your best self when you're sleep deprived. So we can see that physiology also linked to your mind. And as you can see, breathing is linked to physiology, and physiology is linked to your mind. This is the reason why in special forces, they learn to use breathing to control their mind. They call it tactical breathing. In tactical breathing, let's say they're getting shot at, right? It's life or death. They can't make the wrong decision. They have to make the right call under pressure, under fire, life or death situation. So they need to calm their mind. They use tactical breathing to control their mind. They use what's called a box breath. So it's 4 seconds in, you hold 4 seconds, 4 seconds out. You hold your breath and 4 seconds. And that is how they master their mind. They master their autonomous nervous system to control it so that they can think clearly even when they're under pressure. So now we can see the linkage. Breathing, body, and mind. Now mind impacts your productivity, right? So when your mind is nervous and anxious, what happens to your performance? If you're feeling super anxious and nervous and you need to make a speech, do you think you'll be as inspirational as if you're completely relaxed, confident, strong? Of course, if you're relaxed and strong and mentally strong, you perform better, you'll make a better speech, you'll perform at your best. what happens is your mind is distracted, or there's a lot of things going on and you're trying to focus and get things done. You're not going to get very far. There'll be so many, doesn't matter what system you apply. If you're mentally in the wrong place, you're not going to get much things done. And that's the way it is. So we can see that breathing is pivotal, or breathing right in the right manner is pivotal in influencing your productivity. Because you need to breathe in such a way to create the right physiology, to create the right mindset to be productive. I use the example of procrastination. So research has shown that people procrastinate because their inability to handle the emotional response to doing something that maybe they don't feel like doing because it's boring, or maybe it's something that they feel a little bit overwhelmed. So they put things off. Even though these things are in the long term will work out in their favor and help them on a more strategic basis, but because whenever they comes to do that, they get bored or they get overwhelmed, they feel anxious about it, they can't handle it, right? So the emotion, the mental state they have is actually preventing them from doing what they need to do, what they should be doing, and therefore they're procrastinating and do something else. When you're feeling anxious, nervous, overwhelmed, you'll notice that you breathe, your breath changes. Now, if you can change how you breathe, you can influence your physiology, which can alter your mind. So when you're feeling distracted, there's ways that you can use your breath to control your level, your mental state, therefore to help you end procrastination forever and helping you be more productive. So that is the secret of productivity that majority of people don't talk about. Alright guys, so today I've shown you how breath can influence your productivity. And what that also means, when you master your breath, you can exponentially increase your productivity because it helps you control your mindset. It's the gateway to control how you think and how you want to feel. So when you master it, you can master that and use that to do whatever you wanted to do